Hi everyone, my name is Abuaitah. I'm the project manager here at Expomize. What I want to do in this video is demonstrate to you how to download Expomize from our website and start using it. If you want to learn a little bit more about Expomize, you can go to our website at marcoabuaitah.wixsite.com/Expomize. Click on the Learn More button, and this will take you to our About page where it talks a little bit more about how the project got started. Now, if I go back to the home page, scroll a little bit down to where it says Download Expomize, click on the Download Expomize button, and this will start the installation process of the executable file. Now that the executable file is downloaded, go ahead and click on it. This will take you to the installation wizard. For a much quicker installation process, you can simply click on the install button and it would download and install Expomize to your computer based on the default settings. But what I'm going to do is take you through the wizard real quickly to show you what these options are. And here you simply choose who you want to use this application. I'm going to leave anyone who uses this computer on. This is your destination file. By default, it will go to your C drive, program files, Abuaitah, Capstone, Expomize 1.0. These are also some application folders. Review the current settings, the destination folder, program folder, next, and this installation process normally takes from 5 to maybe 10 seconds, no more than 10 seconds though. And once this step is completed, I will have the option to start my application right when I complete the wizard. I will go ahead and click Finish and minimize the browser. And here is my main application. Now, before I log in, I want to talk about two different things. The first thing is that question mark right here. If you click on it, you'll get a little bit more information about what your username might be. And then the other thing is that a few users had issues connecting to the database because of their router security settings. If you happen to get an error message about your TCP/IP connection or port 1433, try to go to your router security settings and see what your allowed services are. And sometimes if you go and set the SPI firewall protection to either low or medium, you might be able to connect to the database with no issues. And this is only for the test environment, not for the final implementation. Now, this application is meant to retrieve patient data from the local network of any hospital and export it to the centralized database so that it can be accessed by other physicians around the country. So what I'm going to do here is briefly illustrate what the application does and how it works by logging in with two different names, acting as two different physicians from two different hospitals. So the first physician is going to be Mark Adams from SNU Medical Center in New Hampshire, and the second physician is going to be John Smith from NY Medical Center in New York. So if I go ahead and type Mark Adams as my username, and type my password, click the login button. Now, once I log in, I can see my facility here on the bottom left corner of the screen and my name on the right bottom corner of the screen. Let's go ahead and maximize this window. Now, in your hospital settings, you'll be connected to your hospital network, and the applications over here in the drop combo box would load automatically. Now, here in the combo box, you should be able to see a list of all your local applications, but for demonstration purposes, I migrated my local databases to the cloud so that you can test this application from anywhere. So anytime you log in, in the test environment, of course, you will see these three applications. Also, since I don't have real patients in existing applications, I will have to use Expomize's test environment right here, which has several patients that I can pick from to test the application. If I go ahead and choose, say, Roma Serena and click Use Selected Patient,
This message just tells me that the patient was applied to my dashboard and to go ahead and choose a database. I click OK. I will choose a local database for now and use non-invasive lab and load database views. Now, what I'm looking at here is table views extracted from the non-invasive lab application database. If I'm interested in viewing Mrs. Serena's visits information, I can simply click on non-invasive visit, import view, and then extract the view fields. I will now be able to see lab results from the patient's visit. I can choose what I want to review by holding the control button and clicking from the list like so. I want to see the treating doctor and a couple of tests results and then run the query. Now I can see the patient first and last name here as well as her age. I can also see the information that I wanted to review in this table. I will go ahead and enter my own notes for this patient. Say this patient came to the ER with chest pain. She was treated with nitro and admitted to the cardiac floor for further observation. Now I can go ahead and export this to the Expomize cloud. And before I demonstrate how to pull information from the Expomize cloud, I want to go ahead and log out. The button that you see down here, by the way, next to the exit button, is just simply for testing your connection to see if you're still connected to the cloud or not. Now I'm going to click exit. I want to log out. I don't want to completely exit the application. Now I want to log in as John Smith, so I'll go ahead and type John Smith. Put in my password, log in. Now notice how on the bottom it is a different facility and a different name. So as you log in, Expomize detects your information and the facility that you are affiliated with, then displays that information on the bottom of the screen. Now I'm going to do exactly what I did with Dr. Mark Adams. I would click on Test Environment Patients, choose Roma Serena, use selected patient, okay. I still want to access the local database for now, but I'm going to use information from two different applications this time. I will choose General Admission and Non-Invasive Lab. Here, those brackets, by the way, tell me what application those views are from. For example, Dr. Visit here is from General Admission, and testing or treating doctor is from Non-Invasive Lab. I want to learn more about Miss Serena's medication, so I click Known Medications, Import View, and I also want to know more about her treating doctor in non-invasive, Import View. Now extract the view fields from the two views. I can now see all possible fields from the two different applications. I will click on the medication type and the doctor last name, then run query. I can now see that this patient does not have information in the general admission application, but she does have information in the non-invasive lab. What I'm going to do is go ahead and try to see if there is information in the third application. Now, this feature we're trying to improve, where the only table views that load in your lists are those with patient information. But for the testing environment, we have not yet implemented this feature. So if I click on the cardiac database, load database views, choose blood pressure, extract fields, I can click systolic blood pressure, diastolic blood pressure to see what this patient's blood pressure looks like, and I get 116/80. Now I can add my note like we did with the previous physician. Say this patient was visiting from New Hampshire. The new patient was experiencing some stomach ache. I treated the patient with Nexium and advise that the patient sees her primary doctor upon returning home. I will go ahead and export. Now, in order to pull this patient information from the cloud, I will simply click on Centralized Database and click Import. Now I can see all the information that other physicians left about this patient. For example, here is Mark Adams' note from earlier, where he said the patient visited the ER with some chest pain. And here is my note. Now, there's only 5 notes here. Let's try doing this again. I would go to Test Environment, Miss Arena, View Selected Patient. Just pick any information I want to view. Run query. Now I want to add another note. Say this patient is sick. Now my note is sent to the cloud. If I click import again, there goes my note. Now I have 6 notes on the cloud, including the 3 notes that I just added. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next training.